All right, we are the top of the hour, so this may be everybody that's joining today.
Okay.
So, couple of quick things. I did send out an email. If you hadn't gotten the information off of the email, which I know Juanita didn't, I will resend it to Juanita. But if you did not, it was about the rules, mindset and rules. Good morning, Lisa. So check your email. If you need to print, you can. Okay, but it gives you the overview of what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so think about this a couple different ways. It is for 75 days. You're not going to hit everything on day one. Be
Okay.
realistic. Okay, so I'm asking you to drink half your body weight in water. Now, if you need to add something to your water because water just doesn't appeal to you, okay, add something to your water. Make it doable. Everything should always be doable. That's my key. Your exercise. You're exercising for 6 days out of the week. You have one recovery day. So your exercise could be walking, it could be video classes, it could be the virtual classes, it could be tennis. It's anything that lasts for a half an hour straight. Okay. Um, your
And
rec-
do we choose our free day?
yes. So your free day, the sixth day, whatever that day is, doesn't matter to me. It needs to be something of active recovery, stretching, yoga, Pilates, something active. Okay. That
Okay.
is recovering you from the prior 6 days. So, whatever that is. Okay. I have put on the app video workouts that you can follow. And there's also workouts that are listed out like do X movement, say a glute bridge, for 3 sets and do 10 to 20 reps. And if you don't know what a glute bridge is, there's a little video that you follow that shows you what the movement is. So you've got different types of workouts in the app, the Better for Life app, just in case you're not able to do the virtual classes. Okay? So just make it doable, whatever you need to do, based on time and everything else that's going on with you. Okay? And if you just are not understanding the app, let me know because I have a tutorial I can send to you that walks you through the entire app. Okay? From there, I've had questions on alcohol. If you want to drink alcohol, you can. Just know how the body works when you drink alcohol. Alcohol, be it wine, hard alcohol, beer, whatever it is a toxin to the body. And the body functions by getting rid of the toxin and will stop fat loss while it's trying to get rid of the toxin. Okay? So, however long your body takes to get rid of it, it's stopping the process of weight loss for you. That doesn't mean I'm telling you you can't have cocktails. Okay? Do not misunderstand that. It's a choice that you have to make. If you want the best scenario of the challenge, forego until you're done. See what you can accomplish. If you have a birthday or anniversary coming up and you want to enjoy, make that choice. We're all adults, okay? So you decide. What else is there? Oh, I did put together a little chart. It's a weekly habits chart. So, based on what your needs are, you can put anything on this chart you need. If you are a pen to paper person, this works really well. Little checklist. I've accomplished it. You check it off. If you go back and you're like, okay, I am looking at this chart, and every day I'm missing this. This is my missing component. Well, that's what you need to focus on the following week. Okay? Like I said at the beginning, you're not going to start off doing everything all at once. It will feel overwhelming. But just do your best. So pick what's most important to you. My suggestion is what's on this list that I've pre-put in for you. That's what you should focus on first. If you don't agree with my list, get rid of the list. Okay? But it will simplify it for you. Let's see, what else do I say here? Your protein. Protein is your driver to keeping fuller longer. Okay? The protein that you eat can be all over the board. That can be from highly processed protein, meaning the deli meat that you take off of the shelf that's been in the refrigerator that they packaged at some manufacturer, to going to the deli and having them freshly slice your meat. That's going to give you two different effects of your deli meat. One is highly processed to be shelf stable longer, so they put more junk in it, versus your sliced fresh at the deli. Okay? You can do the Premier drinks. If you are on the run and don't have time to make your own shake, meaning you're buying the protein powder, blending it up, shaking it up, whatever. If you don't have time for that, then you have the pre-made shakes. Pre-made shakes are just like the deli meat. It just makes a difference based on what your ability is. So you have to figure out where you're at with what's going to fit with your lifestyle. If day to day you are just on the run, okay, how am I going to make this doable? Because not getting your protein in versus taking a drink that's pre-made, your pre-made is going to be better than not having anything. Is this making sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So does anybody have questions on the few things that I've gone over so far?
Water.
Yes.
How do you suggest, like, I don't have trouble drinking it, but I notice that a lot of times I drink it towards the middle to the end of the day.
Okay.
And then, of course, you have to pee all night.
Yes, which is not fun. Getting up and disrupting your sleep is not fun.
Do you suggest breaking? I tried to start doing like an 8, 11, I have my 24-ounce bottle, so I'll try to get one in by 8, one in by 11, one in by 2, one in by 4.
Yep. That's exactly what I do. So the first thing I do when I wake up is I take either the bottle, refill it with my fridge water so I know it's a certain amount, or my hydration cup that I have, and that's the first thing that I have. That can be while I'm got my Instapot going for my hot water, for my green tea. And I just chug it down. I force myself to drink that first thing after I wake up.
The full bottle before you have a cup of coffee.
Yep. I know, but I force myself to do it, and now it's no issue. It was creating that habit, which is exactly what you all are going to have to do, is creating these new habits of all of these different components. And when you create a new habit, everybody knows it's not going to just happen the first time you do it. It's going to be that repetitive thing over and over and over again for at least 10 to 15 days, and then it becomes a habit. The rule of thumb, they always say it's like 2 weeks, 14 days to create this habit. And that's because it's repetitive. once you get into that routine, you've created the routine. Now it's a good habit. It's not a struggle. It doesn't just happen overnight. So, water is a key flusher of fat. So, if you're not consuming enough water, your body will not flush out the toxins and the fat, essentially.
One more question.
Yes.
What is the percentage that you suggest getting to?
On water,
Yes.
it's half of your body weight on the scale.
No, what percentage? Like, you know how like on the Fit for Life thing, it tells you like 43%.
Well, your body is made up of
44%.
60% of water. So if
What do
you,
you-
if you're
what do you think?
replacing your water daily, that's 60%.
I've never gotten that high.
Yeah.
I think the highest I've ever gotten is like 44.9.
Mhm. Yeah,
And I'm drowning myself there.
yeah. So it's one of those things that you have, everybody's going to be at a different place. I generally am like 55, 54, and
Really?
I feel good. Like I don't have problems with my muscles because they're cramping up or any of that type of stuff. But
Okay, that's a challenge right there. That's a goal.
yeah, so it's, again, everybody's so different that what works for me may not work for you.
Right.
Okay? And where I'm at with my life is going to be far different than some of you. Okay? I tend to exercise 6 days a week, sometimes twice a day, because I'll do 2 different classes. There's times that I might go for a bike ride or go for a walk, and that's after I've done 2 classes. But that's me. That's how I feel good.
Right.
When I'm stagnant, I don't feel good. And so I listen to what my body's telling me. Sunday is my down day. I will maybe clean the pool, swim, and if I know that I've had a hard work week, I won't do anything but veg and watch TV. That's it.
Mhm.
That's my recovery day. Okay?
Thank you.
Of course. Of course. What other questions have come up?
I don't know how to connect the MyFitnessPal to the your app.
Okay. So there is a video that's on today's app that's going to walk you through that.
Okay.
But the little cliff notes of it, first you have to know what MyFitnessPal login is. So whatever your login is, you have to know that for the MyFitnessPal.
Okay.
Okay? Then you make sure that MyFitnessPal is public on your settings. And the video tells you how to go through and make sure it's public. It walks you through each step.
Okay.
Okay? That's the one step that people typically miss, is making sure that MyFitnessPal is public. Then you go into the Better for Life app and you link it through under the More button.
Okay.
Okay? And it just walks you through it.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll check that.
Okay, so when you are logging your food and you don't see the identical thing that you've eaten, that's where you can build a recipe in there. And YouTube can teach you how to build recipes, or you can go through and figure it out yourself. Or pick the closest thing to it. Okay? Anything on MyFitnessPal that has that green, it's like a triangle or shield looking thing that has a check mark in it, that is the best one to choose from, because MyFitnessPal has qualified it as accurate.
Okay.
Okay? All the other ones that don't have the green ones are ones that people have made up themselves. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
What else is out there?
And you don't have to go premium on MyFitnessPal. You can just do
No.
the right.
Nope. The difference between the premium and the free one, you're going to have ads. If you don't mind the little pop-up of the ads every now and then, it works just fine. The other component of the premium and the free are going to be the macros that I sent to you, which are the protein in grams, the carbs in grams, and the fats in grams. You can actually go in and put those directly in there if you have the premium. If you don't and it's the free one, you can go in to the settings on MyFitnessPal and adjust the percentages and make your percentage as close to it so it's equaling up to your grams, because it will show you. Now,
So we have to input the numbers you gave us.
if you want to have it pair up so you know that you're hitting as close as you can, then yes. I have people that just memorize how much grams they need to have and they look at it. So this, I'm going to show you here on MyFitnessPal.
Is it under goals, Laura?
Yeah, let me pull mine up and turn my light on so you guys can see. So when you go into the front screen, you've got the regular front screen. This is MyFitnessPal. Okay. If you hit diary, it's
Yeah.
going to go where you log your food. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the very bottom of the screen and it's going to say nutrition.
Okay.
Okay. You tap that nutrition box. That nutrition box is going to pull up a whole new screen. On that screen, it says at the top calories, nutrients, and macros. Okay. So on that, for the top, you just have to pick which one you want. If you hit macros, it's going to show you over here in grams the macros. And so I have some people that don't go in and manipulate any of the numbers that MyFitnessPal is given. They just look at this.
So where do these numbers come from to start with?
So when you initially log into MyFitnessPal, you're putting in your height, your weight, your age, and your goal. That's where they calculate these numbers.
Okay.
They will be fairly close as long as what you've put in has matched what I put in. And I always do, for anybody that's doing the competition because you're working out, you do high protein. High protein, lower fat. So that could be like the 40, 40, 20, which is 40% protein, 40% carbohydrates, and 20% fat.
Okay, mine is way out of whack here.
Okay? So that's
Yeah.
going to get you the closest. From there, you can manipulate that percentage in MyFitnessPal if you're going to do the free one. Okay? Or just know that you need to get X amount of protein in grams and then check it. Just depends on how precise you like things. I know some of you that are accountants want that number to be identical. Juanita.
Yes.
So if that's the case, you may end up having to pay for the free or pay for the premium. Okay.
But for me right now on here, it has my protein way lower than carbs. Is that what you put in, or is that what they figured?
For your macros that I had sent to you specifically, your protein is 107 to hit and your carbs are 143. So that is correct. That's based on your height, your age, and your current weight.
Okay, my phone must not have updated. Because I don't have those numbers.
No. Well, we may have to do a separate call.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Laura, you're not putting those numbers in MyFitnessPal. We all have to put our numbers in MyFitnessPal.
Yes, I do not have any link to your FitnessPal at all. I have no way of accessing it. Okay. So I do have a question that came in. Remind me how to access the Better for Life app and add my FitnessPal. So that is going to be on today's video in my fitness or in Better for Life app. So the Better for Life app is the black B for L. Okay. And then check today's Sunday post for your workout. It's going to show it in there. And it's going to walk you through step by step.
Like accountability, how does that work? How do you check our MyFitnessPal? Do you and the workouts? What if we don't do your workout? How are you gonna know what we're doing?
So I know based on my check-ins with you
Okay.
how well you're doing. Okay. Because I will individually text message you guys just
Okay.
to check in if I haven't seen you on the virtual workouts.
Okay.
Okay.
But you also see once we check the boxes that we've completed the different things.
Yeah, if you are working off the Better for Life app and you check off that you've completed it, I know what you've done. If you link your food, the MyFitnessPal, to the Better for Life app, I see all of the foods that you're eating. And I
Okay.
actually check that every day. I go through, and the way that it shows up is, let me pull somebody up. So like Alyssa, this is her login for food. I can show details, and it's going to give me every single detail that she has logged for her food. And then at the bottom, it's going to tell me exactly her totals for that day. So I know if you're hitting around the realm that you should, or if you're way under. So the minimums that you should be hitting, and this is for everybody, doesn't matter your height, your weight, or anything. The bare minimums that you should hit daily are going to be 80 grams of protein, 100 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of fat.
Oh, I thought the carbs had to be lower than the protein.
Nope.
What about sugar?
Nope. Your sugar, everybody's a little bit different with that, but there's no way to really get rid of sugar if you're having fruit.
No,
'Cause that-
what's your suggestion for the grams total?
Oh,
for
as
sugar?
a minimum
Mhm.
or a maximum?
No, maximum.
Maximum. So maximum is like 23. Okay. But on MyFitnessPal, it's going to break all of that out underneath that nutrients. It's going to show you cholesterol. It's going to show you sodium, fiber. It's going to show you all of that information and tell you how many grams you're getting. Okay. So if you are really watching your sodium because you've got high blood pressure, there is a minimum amount of sodium that your body has to intake because of how much water you're drinking. If not, you're going to feel lethargic and almost sick because you don't have enough nutrients in your body and you've flushed it all out. So that minimum is going to be 1,500 grams of sodium. If you're hitting like 900 or 700 and it's multiple days in a row, you're going to feel a little off, and that is why. Okay? So I've had people in the past where they send me a text message, I just haven't felt good. And that's the one thing that I first tell everybody, go back through your listing of MyFitnessPal food on the nutrients and go back several days in a row, check your sodiums that you have logged. If it's not at least 1,000 each day, that's like bare minimum. That's why you're feeling lethargic, off a little. Okay? It's like having your equilibrium off. It's just, you just don't feel right. What other questions? None?
If I don't do the Better for Life workout, like the video, and I choose to walk 30 minutes that day, do I type that in there somewhere to let you know that?
Yep. On the app, on the Better for Life app, you can type in 30-minute walk and it plugs it in. So I see that. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
A moment ago, you gave us the minimum
Yep.
amounts for the proteins and the carbs and the fat. Is there a maximum on that?
The maximum is going to be your macros.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. All right.
But for whatever reason, when people first start this challenge, they are like, all right, I can't eat. Food is your fuel. It's your energy. You have to eat. Okay? Not eating doesn't help you. Now, if you're fasting and then you eat within your window of time, that's perfectly fine. That's different than not eating. Food is fuel. Food is your nutrients, your vitamins, your minerals. You have to eat. Okay? Any other questions?
Can I just say something about lady who asked about if you don't do what's in your thing for the workout, you have to go under log freestyle workout,
Okay.
and then you put yours in.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Which is under the more button.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Anything else? No?
Laura, what does your Better for Life homepage look like? Because I don't know if mine is old and needs to be updated.
The homepage, well, my side of it is the administration side, so it's going to look different than yours.
I don't know. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's the same.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So there's a lot of things that you guys are going to try to do all at once. Pick what's most important to you at the beginning. The first week typically is the hardest week because you're trying to do so many different things differently. Don't overwhelm yourself because you're going to feel like you want to stop. Pick a couple things and that's it. So if food is not the one thing that you start with and you start with your water and moving more, then just eat smaller portions. That alone helps. So your fist is the size of your stomach or should be the size of your stomach. So if you're eating more than what your hand size is on the plate and your dinner plate is totally full, well, that's more food than what you really should be consuming at one meal. Okay? So that's where you should change up the quantity of how much you're eating if you're not focused on the logging right away. All right. Any other questions? No? Okay. If you need me for anything, you can always send me a text message. I will preface this with, I go to bed between 7:30 and 8. My phone sits in the kitchen. I will not answer it until the next morning. Okay? So, send me whatever message you need. If you have something that is coming from you, do a separate message. Don't use the group site. Just make it you and I. Okay? Anything else? No?
Looking forward to it.
Okay. Everybody can do this. One day at a time. That's all it takes. Okay? All right. Have a really good Sunday and enjoy.
See you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
Do you want to